Hello friends, I am Dr. Naren Rao, consultant urologist and kidney transplant surgeon practicing at Urology Hospital near Saket. Today I am going to talk about kidney and ureteric stones and how to deal with them during COVID pandemic. If you have symptoms like pain in your back, pain in the sides of your body called flank, or you have this frequent desire to pass urine again and again, and if you notice some amount of blood in your urine, you may be suffering from a kidney or a ureteric stone. And based on your symptoms, your primary care physician may ask you to get an ultrasound done, which will confirm the presence of the stone in the tubes, that is the ureter or the kidney. In fact, sometimes the pain can be very severe, requiring you to get injections and can be associated with vomiting also. Now, if your ultrasound does end up detecting a ureteric stone, how do you deal with it? Most of the people these days are actually scared to go to hospitals or nursing homes because of the COVID situation, rightfully so. Because they're scared that they're already suffering from one problem, and if they go to a hospital or a nursing home, will they end up catching the COVID 19 infection also? That fear definitely is justified. So, how do we deal with this problem during these times? So, number one, I would suggest please don't panic. Number two, please book an online consultation with a qualified urologist. Number three, please do not read a lot about ureteric or kidney stones on the internet and start your treatment based on the advice given on Google, because most of the times it is going to give you a plethora of misinformation and may end up leading you to believe that your kidneys are going to get damaged, which is not the case. Now, what will happen when you book a consult with a urologist? In all likelihood, he is going to ask if it is feasible for you to get a CT scan done. Why? Now, most of my patients ask, Sir, why do I need a CT scan if the ultrasound has already shown us so? So, the answer to that is that ultrasound, in my experience, I have seen usually overestimates the size and the number of stones. If you get a CT done, you would realize that the stone in the tube ureter is not maybe a 12 stone, which would have mandated a surgery, but rather is a 6-7 millimeter stone only, which can be easily managed by medicines. In fact, 90% of ureteric stones don't require surgery. Most of the times, with time and right medicines, patient end up passing them on their own. So what will your urologist tell you? He'll ask you to take adequate amount of fluids first of all, that is around 2 to 3 liters of water. Now there is no rationale of drinking 6-7 liters of water so that in the hope that the stone is going to flush out. The only thing that is going to happen is that you're going to go to the washroom again and again. If the color of your urine is the same as that of water, that is guideline number one, the water intake that you're having is sufficient. Second, once you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, use a tongue cleaner to clean your tongue. And then, if you throughout the day, whenever you're going to the washroom, you have a look at your tongue. If it is moist and it's not coated, whatever amount you're drinking is sufficient. Second, he is going to suggest a medicine which helps in the passage of the stone. How it does that is that it dilates the tube, the ureter, so that the stone drops down into the bladder and comes out easily. Number two, he is going to suggest a painkiller which is usually going to be safe for your kidneys. Not all painkillers are safe for kidneys. There are still a few like paracetamol or tramadol, which is going to give you the right dosage and the timings and when to have them, how many times a day you can have them, so that you do not have to rush to a hospital to get an injection done. Usually, these medicines are taken for around 2 to 3 weeks in the hope that the patient will end up passing the stone. How do you know that you have passed the stone or not? See, if you have, whenever you're going to the washroom, one suggestion is that you can strain, if you are a male patient, you can strain your urine while standing and see whether you pass the stone or not. In all likelihood, when you pass it, you will come to know of it. Suppose you are not confident that whether I have passed the stone or not, and then you realize that I'm also not having pain. Still, after 3 to 4 weeks of these medicines, you should repeat an ultrasound Uh, Not a CT again, but an ultrasound, because CT has radiation exposure, to confirm the presence or absence of the stone. Now, coming to some general questions that my patients ask me a number of times, Doctor, what should I avoid eating? I mean, I have read that you should not eat with fruits with or vegetables with seeds in them. You should not drink milk. I should take 6-7 liters of water. That part I've already covered. And what all can I possibly, have as a desi ilaj which can help me in passage of the stone? So there is no, I am not aware or sure of any desi ilaj for passage of stone. Number two, you should take a balanced diet. You do not have to avoid anything if you have a kidney or a ureteric stone. That is because people say brinjal, guava, tomatoes, fruits or vegetables with seeds you should avoid. My answer is, how many kilos of tomatoes can you actually have in a day? Or how many liters of milk can you actually have in a day? These are for people with dietary fats who have just one type of food most times of the week. As Indians, our diets are very balanced. We eat a little bit of everything. My suggestion is continue doing that. Drink around 2 to 3 liters of water daily, and don't worry, don't change your diet too much. Another question is that, can I have beer? Is beer going to help me in passage of the stone quicker? So I don't advocate that, because beer or coffee or tea, these are just diuretics. That is, they help you make more urine. So it's palatable to have 650 ml of beer, but you cannot possibly have 650 ml of coffee. Coffee, beer, these beverages do not aid in passage of the stone. The only thing you should drink is an adequate amount of water, rest, follow the advice given by your urologist, take the medicine suggested by him, repeat an ultrasound after 3 to 4 weeks, and believe me, 90% of the times you will not need a surgery. When should you panic? When should you rush to your urologist? There are a few signs. If the requirement of painkillers, particularly injections, is more than 3 or 4 times a day for 3 or 4 days in a row. Number two, if you are passing a large amount of blood in your urine, or your urine is bloody on several days. Number three, if you have severe pain in your sides of the body associated with fever, that suggests that there is some amount of infection now that is happening in your urine. These are the only three conditions in which you should think, or your urologist will suggest an early surgery rather than continuing with medicines. So don't panic, follow the advice, rest, believe in God. Small stones do not damage your kidneys, and not all stones require surgery. Have a nice day.